prosperous economy.
The 2PM Newscast
with ABEL BELA SAMARI.
Good afternoon, blessed people. Welcome to the 2 p.m. Newscast. Royal Afternoon Edition coming to you from Royal 88.4 FM. We take you to our list stories. In its effort to fight against poverty, the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity has once again set some Cameroonians free from the shackle of poverty. This through a raffle draw ceremony organized at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex.
I've won 10 million francs CFA in Masso after it. I'm very, very happy. With the money, I go in to further my projects abroad.
An insight for all that happened at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex in this edition of our 2 p.m. Newscast. And still to come in this newscast, Cameroon to host the 18th Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the African region. What do Cameroon stand to benefit from this conference? Details will be given in this newscast. And in sports, join Evans William Jobati with our Monday Sport Fight. Stay tuned for this and more.
Masso, the special page in the news.
Good afternoon once again. My name is ABEL BELA SAMARI. We will open this newscast to talk about the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity Masso. The third edition of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity has successfully wrapped up at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex. This was July 9, 2023. Thousands of mutualists and non-mutualists came across the country to witness the raffle draw ceremony, which many benefited. Numerous surprises. The event was chaired by the board chair of Group Renapo Finance SA, the Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noy, in the presence of the Senior Divisional Officer for the Fundi Division, the Yaoundé 2 Mayor. As our reports, Jementa was our eyes and ear, and now reports.
It was a hall filled beyond capacity as mutualists massively turned out at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sport Complex to win prizes offered by Masso through the raffle draw to ease their living conditions. Masso 2023, just like previous years, was a blissful one as words were matched with actions.
Même si c'est les handicapés, cotisez, vous donnez, on vient vous représenter, non?
Veuillez déjà applaudir pour vous, s'il vous plaît. Ah ouais, parce que c'est vous ma force.
The board chair of Renapo Finance SA, Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel, reiterated Masso's vision, which is that of revamping the African solidarity so as to help the government achieve a bright future for all Cameroonians. The Senior Divisional Officer Emmanuel Maria Jigdeng was impressed by the grandiose offer of Masso to Cameroonians, as he called on Cameroonians to have interest in such cross-worthy scheme that's out to improve their living conditions, a remark equally brought up by the mayor of Yaoundé 2 subdivision, who called on Cameroonians to work so as to earn a decent living with ambitions of developing Cameroon. And as Masso grasps miles on many mutualist faces, the organizing committee said Masso Act 4 Green has been activated. ABEL.
Jamenta in that report, and it will worth noting that as a handful of mutualists have emerged beneficiaries of the new Maso offer. We are talking about Maso Gold during the raffle draw ceremony of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity Maso Act 3, which took place yesterday at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex under the chairmanship of the Senior Divisional Officer and Division Bearer, Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noy, and officials of the government, be it local and administrative officials who were also present at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex. The event saw lucky winners of 50 million, 10 million francs CFA. As you, Ewatu Sindule, you tell us more.
Age only 18-year-old Owonji Bebga Bindima Patrick Karl reached out by a telephone call by his mother, who came to represent him after he was raffled out as one of the beneficiaries of the sum of 10 million CFA francs.
My name is Owonji Bebga Bindima Patrick Karl. I've won 10 million francs CFA in Maso after it. I'm very, very happy. With the money, I'm going to further my projects abroad.
The same effervescence was felt on the other camp with Mr. Tonga Zhang, who voiced out to have been a mutualist for over 3 years now, as he testified that patience is key to success.
I've been patient for 3 years, and at last, God has made it.
God, who is sovereign in his mercy, also visited Mr. Kwete, who benefited the sum of 2 million CFA francs, as his brother attests that the money will go a long way to enhance development in their village.
I came to represent my brother, Mr. Kwete from Balashi. He won 2 million francs CFA, and I was happy because it will add to the development of our village.
A feeling of joy that has been ceaseless in the emotion of this beneficiary, who voiced never to leave Maso.
Toujours, est-ce que j'irai où ma mère? Je serai toujours là-dedans. Toujours là-dedans. Il n'y a pas deux.
As the beneficiary awaits impatiently to be handed their various offers, they are being called upon to maintain their calmness as the center agency of the Group Approved Finance SA get in touch with them soonest.
Eratos in that report. As you know, we are talking about the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity. The third edition of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity rounded up with some mutualists who were not opportune to win prizes of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity, but remain optimistic and highly motivated as welcome the scheme and put in place by the CEO of the Chief Executive Officer of Group Approved Finance SA. A reporter, corner some of those unlucky winners compiled their view in the following Vox Pop.
No, I'm winning. People are winning, and it's good. It's nice. For my own way, this next year I'm going to do. God is going to help me next year. We thank God. It's going.
Yes, my name is Nubi Bubrigitte Toko. I am happy. The Maso ceremony was amazing, even though I did not win, but at least there are advantages that I know that you have with time with Maso.
I'm not doubting anything because I'm seeing everything is clear, everything is visible. I really appreciate what Renaproof is doing for people. It's helping people very well. I'm very happy. Though I'm not a Maso classic. Yes, because it's encouraging. Next time I will try.
I will come back to talk about the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity Maso, the grandiose ceremony of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity Maso Act 3 raffle draw ceremony, gladly marked by the presence and performance of several renowned Cameroonian artists. Free Crispin, you capture some of their thrilling performance as well as their reaction, and you put together the following report for us.
Prince Seyango, the renowned Makossa singer, was one of the artists that marked the entertainment part of the Maso Act 3 raffle draw ceremony. At the end of his performance, he shared some words of appreciation.
I really appreciate the project, and I'm very happy to participate. So I encourage everyone to join it because they give opportunity to the people that have no meaning, they are less income and all that, to prosper. So there's something to encourage.
Moreover, looking at the main goal of the Maso, which is that of building unity and solidarity, artists like Afuakom was given the opportunity to take the stage. As one who has been around since the holding of Maso Act 1, Afuakom attests.
I've been there at the beginning. It was not easy at the beginning. The third edition now is better than the second and the first. Thanking the organizing committee for doing their best to come up, because it's not easy to come up, bring us in regions to come and be part of the occasion.
Also, Chris M., one of the young artists loved by most Cameroonian youths, answered present. Just like others, Chris M. could not remain indifferent to the Maso initiative.
Honestly, I think it's a really nice initiative, and it's an honor for me to take part.
What to Cameroonians?
What to Cameroonians? Thanks for the love, and I love you back.
It is worth noting that other singers like Jackie Bio, Isnebo, Reme Star, Sami Tawamba, and Fingong Tralala, the comedian, were also present.
Finwe Crispin in that report, and we also find out from several mutualists who have also benefited from the finances of the raffle draw ceremony. But the what's noting is that Maso Act 3 lasted last evening at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex was also a night to showcase Cameroon's rich cultural heritage through music and comedy, as you tell us, our cultural lady, Mapala Zita.
All is well that ends well, they say. It was indeed a happy end for mutualists of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity Maso Act 3 who filled the Papozi last evening. Whether from north, west, east or south, almost, if not every mutualist felt that spirit of belonging through the musical blend which graced the occasion. Just like the musicians, comedians and dance groups displayed the beautiful cultural zones of Cameroon in so much dexterity and fun to the dancing pleasure of the mutualists and guests of Maso Act 3. Like it is always said, one hand cannot tie a bundle, and we can only do better when we come together in that spirit of African solidarity, which is one of the watchwords of the Maso. With Cameroon being Africa in miniature, it was vital to emphasize through the dance steps and movements of these artists that the country is united in its cultural diversity, and the Maso concept is just one of the best grounds on which the goal of peaceful coexistence can be promoted. At the end of the day, everyone went home not just as a winner of the different offers of Maso Act 3, but most especially as winners of a united and prosperous Cameroon, rich in itself thanks to the collective efforts of its citizens.
Mapala Zita in that report. And after that great ceremony that took place at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex, we caught up with the board chair of Groupe Finance SA, who had this to say as message to all Cameroonians who turned out massively at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex.
We are here to lead the way. Like I said earlier, we are faced with economic and financial hardship which keep increasing. And if nothing is done, we risk leaving behind as inheritance to prosperity, something which will be very difficult for our children to handle. We are raising our voice to say people should know that the hand that gives is the hand that will obviously manage. Nobody would like to give you money to gallivant with. So it is necessary for us to come out with a local finance policy, one that ties with our realities, so that at the end we can groom veritable economic actors in all sectors of life. For example, if we take our country, each time we are in need of money, they call for development fund. This money comes from the exterior, and sometimes this money usually comes with conditions which influences our economic balance. It is now left for us to develop our talents because we are dynamic, intelligent, we have a basin of knowledge, we have a lot of capacity. Release this capacity and free ourselves from any complex. And let's understand that we can start from nothing to something. This is the principal message. With the little start and with little faith, in the days ahead, we all shall come out of the shackle of poverty to become the veritable actors of development for the benefit of all.
Acteurs du développement pour le bien de tous.
We equally caught up with the senior divisional officer for the Mfundi, Emmanuel Mare Jiden, who now give his reaction and give government position vis-a-vis the mutual assistance and solidarity MASO.
We say that all initiative that can help our population is welcome, and we came today to encourage the promoter of RENAPROF and MASO. And we see that all our youngs who are members in this initiative, we say that those who were not selected today, they should not be discouraged. Tomorrow will be another day. And we call on them that instead of to go through drugs, they can still work everywhere they are. Work is not only in the office. You can have your luck everywhere. And this is why we came today to encourage the president of RENAPROF.
And just to say that after MASO Act 3 comes a MASO Act 4. Just go and register and contribute for MASO Act 4, which has already started. Just go to any RENAPROF Finance SA agency. There are 27 of them in Cameroon, 13 in the capital city, Yaoundé. And you meet us here at the Radio House and register into MASO Act 4 of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity MASO.
MASO, that was the special page in the news.
And if you are just joining us, you are listening to Royal Afternoon Edition, the 2 p.m. newscast, coming to you from Royal 88.4 FM. Coming up, we talked about vaccination in this edition.
Not miss occasion because I've been vaccinating my children, all of them, and I've not been seeing the measles.
The 18th edition of the Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the Commonwealth of the African Region will take place in Yaoundé from the 13th to the 22nd of July 2023 under the theme African Parliaments and Agenda 2063. The conference, which will take place under the distinguished patronage of the President of the Republic, His Excellency President Paul Biya, will bring together speakers and presiding officers from the following African countries. We have Botswana, we have Cameroon, we have Gabon, we have the Gambia, we have Ghana, we have Kenya, we have the Kingdom of Eswatini, we have Lesotho, we have Malawi, we have Mauritius, we have Mozambique, Namibia, Nigeria, Rwanda, the Seychelles, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, and the Zambia. They will be making their coming to Cameroon as Cameroon play host to the 18th edition of the Conference of Speakers and Presiding Officers of the African region. It will interest you to know that Cameroon was chosen to host this during the 17th conference that took place in Kigali, that was in Rwanda, in the year 2021. We stay in parliamentary news to say the just ended June session of Parliament of the year of the 2023 legislative year has been described by some lawmakers as remarkable due to the pertinence of the bill scrutinized and adopted. The law on higher education policy in Cameroon and that on the Charter on Child Online Protection, as well as to enable the cross-border exploitation of oil and gases field between Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea have particularly been highlighted by members of parliament as they appreciate the session in the following except courtesy the state's media. Some senators explain or evaluate the work done so far at the just ended parliamentary session. Take a listen to what they have to say.
Senator Mbela Moki Charles from the Southwest region. We had a purely monitoring and evaluation process in the Senate in the form of the budgetary orientation debate. It went so well. That's the main issue that was on the table at this session. It gave us an opportunity to do an assessment of what the previous budget has how it has impacted on Cameroonians, and of course underscore the feel-good effect of our populations and our various constituencies. So by and large, I think that it was a very successful session. It was intense, it was exciting, but at the end of the day, what work was to be done was well done.
Senator from Lekunze Nembo and Reyes, Senator Southwest Region. We had an intense session which was quite fruitful because we had a series of bills which were highly scrutinized and debated. That kept senators working in long, late hours in the night. And but one of the good things is that all of those bills had a tendency to solve recurrent problems, ongoing problems that are affecting our populations. Senators are living here as happy people because they have accompanied government action through the scrutiny and voting of bills to increase the living standard of their people and councils and regions which we represent through these bills that came in from the executive.
Senator Enwe Francis from the Northwest. It has been a hectic session. A couple of bills have come through to us from the government, and I think the various committees had to do their work, and at the plenary we all participated in making sure we vote good laws for our country. It was also a very good session as well because of the new renovation, the new reforms government started on budget orientation, which comes to the parliamentarians to see how they can gather their contributions before preparing a budget for the coming year. And I think we have given a lot to the government, a lot of proposals and what we want to see in the coming budget.
We talk out in this edition to say since the start of the year, there has been a recurrent outbreak of measles and rubella. In a bid to curb this situation, the Minister of Public Health, Dr. Madaola Malashi, launched a vaccination campaign which started on the 5th of July and wrapped up yesterday, July the 9th, 2023. Some parents were called upon to vaccinate their children to reduce the spread of measles and rubella in Cameroon. Our student journalist on internship, Bate Bridget, sampled the opinion of some of these parents to find out from them if actually they vaccinated their children during this period. Take a listen to what they have to say in the following verse.
Yes, I was aware of the vaccination, but I did not vaccinate my children because those vaccinations sometimes when COVID was out, people were cursed about those vaccinations because they were saying that this vaccination they are putting other things to transfer us the COVID. So that's why since that time people are scarce about these vaccinations.
Yes, I was aware of the campaign. And I could not miss the occasion because I've been vaccinating my children, all of them, and I've not been seeing the measles and all on them. So to say that the vaccine actually works, so I could not miss this occasion of vaccinating my child.
Actually, I'm always scared of vaccinations, but since it was launched and scheduled for the 5th of July by the Minister of Health, I preferred vaccinating them because at least I'm sure at 100% that preventive measures were taken into consideration.
We talk society, and in a similar story like the health, roadside food is more and more gaining grounds in the nation political capital. The activities has become a booming one due to the high profits vendors recorded from this sector, making some Cameroonians to fit apparently outdoor. And to find out why this roadside food flourish on a daily basis, as to the journalist on internship, Bate Bridget cornered some Cameroonians to understand why they prefer to go in for roadside foods, knowing the different health hazard that has been associated to this type of food production. Take a listen to what they have to say in her report.
Roadside food has become one's easiest and satisfactory routine because one do not know how and where it is cooked. It's cumbersome to eat outside.
I don't eat roadside food because I don't know how they are cooking it. the way they are cooking it, the water they use to cook it.
Economic hardship has made some people addicted to roadside food. Some say it is their only option of survival.
I don't have a choice to eat roadside food. It is hard time that is making me to eat roadside food.
Others have the means, but circumstances don't allow them to have proper cooked food in the house, but rather outside.
Yeah, I do eat roadside food. My reason for eating them is because in my job I'm not stable. We are always mobile, so at times you reach an environment you cannot see good food. It will force me to eat the roadside food.
Meanwhile, other Cameroonians turn to eat roadside food due to their long-hours activities linked to their jobs.
Take you out of the country. First stop in Gabon, where the Gabonese president Ali Bongo has announced that he will run for a third term in the presidential election scheduled for August the 26th, 2023. The 64-year-old head of state has been in power for 14 years since taking over from his father, Omar Bongo, in 2009, who had ruled Gabon for 41 years. His candidacy will be ratified by a special Congress this Monday, July the 10th, 2023, of his all-powerful Gabonese Democratic Party, which dominates the parliament by a wide margin and is declared favorite in the legislative and municipal election to be held on the same day as the presidential election. To next door, Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu has become the new chair of the West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, taking over from Guinea-Bissau's President Umaru Sissoco, and is expected to lead the group for the next 1 year. He was announced at the 63rd Ordinary Session of ECOWAS leadership at his first engagement within the African continent since he assumed office in the month of May. President Tinubu pledged to bear the responsibility of the office and run the regional organization as an inclusive administration. We move to Sudan to say the Sudanese conflict, which has lasted for almost 3 months now, has brought Sudanese into the brink of an all civil war, potentially destabilizing the entire region, that is the East African region. The bombardment, which took place on Saturday, July the 8th, 2023, in the Dorasal Amir district of the Odumas, northwestern of the capital, Khartoum, has killed around 22 civilians and has injured a large number. Also, nearly 3 million Sudanese have been forced from their homes, and more than 600,000 of them are abroad. Meanwhile, mainly in Egypt in the north and Chad in the west of Sudan. We still take you out of the country to say the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has said her visit to Beijing has been marked by a step forward in the efforts to stabilize relationship between China and the United States of America. At the end of the four-day trip, a talk was held over issues including climate change. This talk is being described as the substantive and productive talk. Janet Yellen admits U.S. and China are still in significant disagreement, but the trip will help build a resilient and productive channel for communication with China, a new economic team. We come back to talk sports. And carrying among the sport fire is Evans William Jobati. Good afternoon to you, Evans.
Good afternoon, Abel.
I would like us to begin in football. And in football, let's talk about the regional mini Interpol, especially in the northwest and southwest region, whose representatives are already known.
Yes, Abel, the Northwest Regional League had as final this Sunday, 9th July, Bafmen United of Menchum against Bambulets of Kabe, with the Menchum side who ended the day with a 2-1 win in the presence of the Northwest Regional Governor, Adolphe Lele Lafrique. Let us get some major reactions from the scene at the Bambili Stadium.
At the beginning of the league, no one saw us, but we knew and we believed in us. We want the region to rally behind us so that we can have another elite too.
I want to call on all football lovers, all elites of the Northwest region to all rally behind Bafmen United to help so that we come back with another elite team in the region.
Meanwhile, the Southwest region saw Isosa Football Club obtain a narrow 0-1 lead over Kumba City FC at the Meadows Farm Stadium in Boya. Hence, both regions await the official Interpol date as from Saturday 15 July in Yaoundé. Abel?
Yes, Williams, I want us to stay in football, but this time we are talking about the under-17 women team as they beat Morocco ahead of their preparative match for the World Cup in Indonesia next year.
The double confrontation first leg match against Morocco at the Ngwaikele Military Stadium saw the girls of coach Alain Genfa obtain a clean sheet in their 2-0 win over the North African under-17 women's team. The goals which came in from the second half of play brought smiles to the so many Cameroonians present at the military stadium, with the coach who was confident that the squad could be ready to take on Uganda, but will have to wait until the 13th of July for the return leg against Morocco before giving out final conclusions. Let us listen to the coach as he spoke at the post-match interview.
Yes, we are proud because we have win the match, but I think the main objective of this match was to see the evaluation of the players. We evaluate our team. I think we are very conscious of their error, and we have to work for the next matches. I have my own objective. We are not both have the same. I have my own objective. My objective is to see the players that I already have some smaller requirement for them, because I think I have to give me the result.
Yes, I want us to talk about this time Kylian Mbappe and Evans William Jobati. Kylian Mbappe, who visited Cameroon some few days ago, met with Prime Minister, Head of Government, Chief Dr. Joseph John Goutte at the Star Building.
Abel, the French captain, met John Goutte, Cameroon's Prime Minister, in order to make his proposal known to him at the Star Building last Friday, 7th July 2023. The French youngster of Cameroonian origin in the meeting also presented his wish to invest in a dumb and deaf school in the country, where he later offered him a jersey as gift. Let us hear Kylian as he spoke after that meeting and in this interview granted to state media.
It's an honor for me to be here, to be in the country of my origin, to be with my family, to see all the people there, and they show me some love, they show me all the things, and I'm really grateful for everything. Today was a great day, yesterday was even better. I'm so happy to be here, and I hope to enjoy my day and the day after. There is what I said just before. We have many projects that we talk about right now. I can talk about publicly for the moment, but the only thing I can say is there is many projects for the Cameroon, for the children, and for the future. I hope to come back soon, but I'm really happy to be here.
Upon arrival in his native land, hundreds of persons alongside personalities and chiefs came out over to welcome him, where he was dressed in native colors and later left for Paris at the Douala International Airport. Abel.
Yes, I want us to wrap up this Monday Sport Fight to talk about basketball. Cameroon Intermediate National Team have lost their second outing against Mozambique in the AFCON that is taking place in Angola.
Arnold Kwame and mates, after two consecutive outings at the AFCON in Angola, have been unable to register any victory. The boys of coach Luis Marie Chingi at their first outing on Friday 8 lost to DR Congo 63-70 baskets, and on Saturday were still indecisive as they went down on 65-71 nets against Mozambique. As of now, Cameroon is third in their group with DR Congo taking the lead. Nevertheless, Captain Arnold Kwame says the team can still qualify and gives some reasons why everything went wrong at post-match conference, as he says.
Actually, what was difficult in the game was like our big guys took too much fouls. We can't play without our big guys, so that's why we lost the game, because without our big guys we can play. We can play our fast way, we can play our transition, so they were out of like 4 or 5 fouls, and we can play. The guy is very, very difficult for a team to play.
From Evans William Jobati, let's welcome Dema Olivier Epo, who is here with a summary of this newscast in the French language. Good afternoon to you, Olivier.
Good afternoon, Abel. Mutuelle d'assistance et de solidarité Masso, place à l'acte 4. Depuis la fin du mois dernier, la date du 29 juin à 16h, les mutualistes ne peuvent plus souscrire pour l'acte 3. La cérémonie officielle de clôture de l'acte 3 s'est ainsi déroulée le dimanche 9 juillet au Palais Polyvalent des Sports de Yaoundé. Et à l'occasion, des mutualistes et souscripteurs ont bénéficié de dons et assistances divers pour le compte de Masso Gold et Masso Classique. La cérémonie de tirage au sort s'est déroulée en présence d'autorités administratives, politiques et religieuses. En politique, la session parlementaire parlementaire s'est refermée vendredi dernier, elle qui avait été ouverte le 8 juin 2023. Elle était consacrée au débat d'orientation budgétaire et est intervenue dans un contexte de hausse vertigineuse des prix des denrées de première nécessité. À l'international, au Gabon, Ali Bongo a annoncé dimanche dernier sa candidature à l'élection présidentielle gabonaise prévue le 26 août prochain. Ali Bongo Ondimba est âgé de 64 ans et veut ainsi briguer un troisième mandat à la présidence du pays. Il avait été élu pour la première fois en 2009 à la mort de son prédécesseur Omar Bongo Ondimba. En sport, la sélection masculine A prime de basketball du Cameroun a enregistré hier sa deuxième défaite en autant de sorties à l'Afro-CAN 2023 à Luanda en Angola. Hier justement, le Cameroun s'est incliné 65 contre 71 devant la sélection du Mozambique. Avant cela, samedi dernier, l'équipe dirigée par Louis-Marie Tchungi, le sélectionneur, tombait face au tenant du titre, la République démocratique du Congo, la RDC. Le score final était 63 points pour le Cameroun et 70 pour la RDC. Malgré ces défaites, le Cameroun garde des chances de qualification pour les quarts de finale de ce deuxième Afro-CAN. Il faudra prendre le dessus lors des barrages sur le vainqueur de l'affiche Maroc-Tunisie. La rencontre est prévue ce jour à Luanda. Toujours en sport, football féminin U17, le Cameroun a pris le dessus samedi dernier sur le Maroc 2-0. La rencontre qui s'est déroulée au stade de Ngouaikele est la première des deux oppositions entre le Cameroun et le Maroc. Le match retour est prévu jeudi prochain sur les mêmes installations. Cette double confrontation est préparatoire aux éliminatoires de la Coupe du Monde U17 de football qui débute en février prochain.
And it is with that summary in the French language that we wrap up this edition of our 2 p.m. newscast. And more newscasts will be yours at 6 p.m. The team keeping you company this afternoon is made up of Ulrich Kimura, sound engineer, plus our copyright clerk, Jean-Marie Otto, our video editor on our Facebook/YouTube page, Ria FM Cameroon. The news was produced by Fingri Crispin, news edited by Gementa. Coordination was done by our Director General Jean-Passé Antala. General supervision was ensured by Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noy. For presentation and editorial coaching, my name is ABEL Bela Samari, and sitting next to me is Raissa Paquet. Good afternoon to you, Raissa.
Good afternoon, ABEL Bela Samari.
Deuxième partie, Féché Royal.
Exactement, il y aura coup de cœur avec beaucoup de musique. On va continuer d'échanger avec les auditeurs sur les sujets à l'ordre du jour. On aura la page